celebrations and for organizing this international conference on media education. Just to let you know, we are live on YouTube as B.U.B TV and on our official Facebook page. Now, before we begin this awesome session, here are a couple of understandings put together for the smooth functioning of this conference. I request all of you to please switch off your audio and video unless, of course, you're the speaker and it is your turn. If you're a speaker, I request you to please keep your phones on silent mode while presenting. I request the participants to please leave their questions in the Q&A section only so that it doesn't get lost in the chat section. You can please direct all your queries in the chat section personally to the host if that helps in smoother communication. All right. I now invite Dr. B.K. Ravi, Conference Chair, ICME 2020, Professor and Chairman, Department of Communication, Bangalore University, Gnan Bharati Campus, to please set the platform to begin the session. He is also the chairperson for the technical session we have for this afternoon. Now, before we begin, here is a quick introduction to Dr. B.K. Ravi. He has more than 3 decades of teaching and research experience and has presented research papers in India and abroad, including USA, Poland, Japan, Morocco, New Zealand, Kenya, Qatar, Thailand, Malaysia, Canada, and China. He has published articles in international research journals, chaired nearly 14 scientific sessions on international conferences in different countries. He was on the scientific committee of the first International Forum on Media and Information Literacy, constituted jointly by UNESCO and University of Fez, Morocco, Africa, where he chaired a session on media and information systems worldwide critical analysis, and also presented a paper titled Information Literacy and the Theory of Out of Reach. He was an invitee to a prestigious international workshop on broadband policy held in 2012 at Washington, D.C., organized jointly by Ford Foundation and Penn State University. He is the member of editorial boards for Journal of National Mission for Media Literacy, USA, Journal of Mass Communication and Journalism, David Publishing House, USA, Academic Research International, Pakistan, Asia Pacific Journals of Arts, Education and Sciences, Philippines, and also a member of the editorial board, Global Media Journal, Canadian edition, and many, many more cite this. He has published 6 books on media. He has produced more than 25 programs for TV, including many documentaries. He was invited to deliver a special lecture on Indian media industry in Bridgewater State University, USA in November 2013. He is the member of National Executive Council and former Chairman of Public Relations Council of India, Karnataka Chapter, President, Karnataka Journalism and Communication Teachers Association. He is the General Secretary, National Council India of Asia Communication Media Congress, that is ACMC Philippines. Also, the advisory board member of Global Communication Association, Greensboro, North Carolina, USA. Recently, his book on political communication entitled Modern Media, Elections and Democracy was published by Sage Publications. Dr. B.K. Ravi was the registrar of Bangalore University and is the member, Karnataka State Commission for Backward Classes. Presently, he is the professor and the chairman of Department of Communication, Bangalore University. Over to you, sir, to please set the platform for this technical session.
Thank you, Mansi.
Thank you,
good afternoon, everybody. Greetings from the Department of Communication, Bangalore University. Once again, I welcome all of you for this technical session held during the International Conference on Media Education, organized by the Department of Communication, Bangalore University on the 28th and 29th December. I am very happy to see quite a lot of participants. There are 20 people who will be presenting their papers, research papers in this session. So I'm afraid we have very limited time. I request all my presenters to stick on to time. I think each one will definitely get around 6 minutes. And please, we are very much interested to know after a topic, we want to know your methodology and what are the findings of your study. Because don't waste too much of your time in introduction. Within a couple of minutes you introduce and you can speak about your methodology and your findings. And basically we are very flexible, and I think I have to thank all the media educators and different teachers and a lot of academicians from different fraternity who have submitted the abstracts, and still the abstracts are pouring in, and we were very flexible. I'm very clear on these lines. because we want to accommodate quite a lot of participants in this international conference. Because some say, as young researchers, as my friends, my sincere advice to all my fraternities, you have to concentrate on research. If you want to achieve something in academia, if you want to grow, it is only your research and your teaching capabilities and the capability of your publishing. How many papers, which journal, what is the content, what is the finding, and what is your total reach. These are some of the very important questions which you have to answer whenever you talk of research. I am very unhappy with some of the abstracts. See, at least you should know how to present the abstract. And some of the abstracts you do not have a topic. Can you ever imagine? There's a flood of abstracts, but my dear friends, please be very specific, because you are presenting different themes on media. Because media is such a field where you have to have accuracy. There is no question of approximately or about and all these things. You don't have any place for the terminology of this kind. You have to be accurate, you have to be perfect, you have to see to it the message is delivered directly. So don't be ambiguous, and please follow the format. And if you present your full papers as per our editorial guidelines within the deadline, we are not going to wait. We are going to bring out an excellent publication, and it's a rare opportunity for all of you. Please work hard, make your presentation. And because I just saw the list of papers, I think there are quite a lot of very interesting topics which are really good. That's why I'm making it very clear, we are not that strict, because we want to give you an opportunity. There's a main intention of organizing so many technical sessions. Still, even now, the abstracts are pouring in, and I'm sorry, because of the deadline, we couldn't accommodate, but we have accommodated the maximum number. Please stick to your presentation. Let us follow the discipline of time. And I think my team will always be criticizing about me, because I am very paka. 1 o'clock is 1 o'clock. So please follow these guidelines, and I wish you all the best. And let us start this technical session 1 and over to Dr. Vasundhara.
So thank you, sir. Before we move on to Dr. Vasundhara, here are some general instructions.
Okay.
The presenters are requested to turn their videos and audios on only while presenting. Please state your topic, methodology, and the findings clearly during your presentation, and please stick to the same. All presenters will be given 6 minutes to do their presentation. Your time will start when you begin the presentation. At the end of 4 minutes, you will be given a cue by Dr. Vasundhara, the moderator, meaning you will have to please quickly wind up your presentation, please. All the paper presenters are hereby informed to share their login ID names in the chat box while the previous presenter is making the presentation, so that it becomes easy for the technical team to grant you access. And this also saves time. We request the audience to refrain from interrupting the session, and to please send in their questions directed at the presenter only on the Q&A section and not on the chat section. The questions will be taken up at the end of all presentation if time permits. Again, request all the presenters to please strictly adhere to the time given to them, as we have a huge number of presentations and very little time. With that, I now request Dr. Vasundhara PM, Deputy Coordinator, ICME 2020, the Assistant Professor at Department of Communication, Bangalore University, to please host the technical session for this afternoon. Over to you, ma'am. The spotlight is all yours.
Thank you, Mansi, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to technical session on day 1, the first technical session. We would just to add to what Mansi said, I request, it's a humble request to all the participants and paper presenters to please stick to their time, because we have a lot of presenters who would be presenting today. Before we begin, I would like to request all the paper presenters to make sure they acknowledge their presence on the chat box, which is available with their login IDs, so that we can give you access to we can give you access to screen sharing. So without any further delay, I would like to first call on with the permission of the chair, I would like to first call on Ms. Aishwarya Lakshmi, an MPhil research scholar from the Department of Journalism, Madurai Kamaraj University, who would be presenting her paper on Chennai media students' impression for the ever-evolving media industry. As Ms. Aishwarya is getting prepared for her presentation, I would request Vidya Shri S to be please ready. Following her would be research scholar Cincy Wilson. Ms. Aishwarya, you can please start your presentation. Is Ms. Aishwarya here with us today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Why? Why? The presenter has joined? No, please make sure the next presenter is there or not. If they don't turn up, let us not waste time. Aishwarya Lakshmi is not there?
Vidyashri S, if you are there, if you can.
Vidyashri S is there? Vidyashri? Then go to next.
Cincy Wilson, Miss Cincy Wilson.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Cincy, you can start with your presentation. You can start sharing your screen. Yes. So we have Cincy Wilson, who is a PhD research scholar from the School of Law, Christ deemed to be University. She would be presenting her paper on the role of media in propagating the problem faced by climate refugees worldwide, an analysis. Cincy, please take it ahead from here.
Yes,
I would also like to request Shobin Matthew and Dr. Sheikh Mohammed to be please ready and confirm their presence on the chat box. Cincy, you can please
confirm. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible, Cincy. You can carry on.
Okay, good afternoon all. The topic for my presentation is role of media in propagating the problems faced by climate refugees worldwide, an analysis. So we all understand that who are these climate refugees? Those who are displaced due to climatical events, climatological factors, such as varied flood, landslide, earthquakes. When these people are getting displaced, these section of people are not getting any legal protection. That's why I'm discussing this particular problem here. Only the media can take up these people's problems, especially humanitarian rights violations problems, before the government officials, so that they can bring in some sorts of legislation for protecting the interest of climate refugees. So we understand that many people are getting displaced due to flood, due to landslide, sea level rise. Examples are we have seen many places wherein many displacement are happening. Many people are losing their shelters, their properties. There are many humanitarian rights violations also being taking place. So we don't have specific understanding with respect to who are these climate refugees. We have understanding with respect to refugees. Why? Because a normal refugee who are displaced or who are moving to some other location in fear of persecution or because of reasons like race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group, for them, recognition is given in the international arena through the Convention on Refugee 1951. But with respect to climate refugees, those who are moving to some other place or within the state itself, if these people are not taken care of by the government. Why? Because there is no specific legal recognition given to climate refugees. So climate refugee also, we understand that because of these climatological events, these people are getting displaced and their protection is not being taken care of by the government. And the report says that 1.5 million people are classified as internally displaced in India, and 19.3 million people are displaced globally. And all these are happening due to varied natural disasters. We understand that natural disasters, with having proper planning or without planning also, it will take place. So what we need to do is some sorts of protection to be given to these people who are displacing or those who are moving across the nation. So the nationwide or the international law need to bring in some sort of protection to these category of people. That this has been discussed through this particular study. I am done doctoral study with respect to this. So in reality, once these people are displaced, those who are rehabilitated to some other location, government is, once such a climatic event or natural disaster get over, no one is actually bothered about whether they are getting sufficient food, they are getting water facility, they are getting health being taken care of. Not all these matters are not being taken care of once these events get over, right? So here, why this is happening here? Whether these people are responsible for, because for these climatic events to take place, no, government are not taking up sufficient initiative, because of which these people are getting displaced due to varied climatic events. So there is no specific recognition given to these people. So media, by propagating this particular matter, these people are facing these human rights violations, fundamental rights violations. Because of these propagation done by media, this government are getting to know that, yeah, these people are they suffering a lot. We need to take up some sorts of this decision with respect to recognizing them or protecting them, right? So media do play a great role in this particular arena, in the sense taking care of climate refugees. There is no precise data with respect to how many number of people are already displaced who require some sorts of protection. And this increasing threat of climate change is also there because of varied programs undertaken by the government without having proper planning. So many types of displacements are there. I'm not discussing about that. Yes. So natural disasters due to that, or development projects also leading to the displacement of many people. So another question comes here is, are these people are treated as illegal immigrants? Yes, these people are treated as illegal immigrants. Why? Because international law not recognizing them, they are not treating them as a refugee, because of which they are moving to another country wherein they are treated as illegal immigrants, and thereby no such protection is offered to them. So international law, we don't have any specific protection discussed for the climate refugees. And with respect to Indian situation also, we don't have specific legislation. We understand that many Bangladeshis come to India when these kinds of climate change or climate events take place, right? So what sorts of protection being offered to those people, those neighboring country people, right? So we don't have specific law for that. So this is high time to bring up such kind of protection to the climate refugees. So there is no such national policy or international policy with respect to this. And what kind of role being played by social media? So media only actually dealing with these people's problems, in the sense through discussions, having portraying the problems faced by, especially the problems faced by the climate refugees, like their right life is getting affected, clean drinking water is getting affected, they don't have any property at all, they are not entitled to pollution free environment, impact on human health, impact on shelter, education of children is getting affected, housing, land, property rights, job insecurity, crimes, rapes, all these are some of the problems being faced. And older generations and younger people also getting, they are facing many problems. So what are the bodies we have? We have UNO, we have WHO, we have Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Are these sufficient enough? That is the discussion here. So here, when it comes to conclusion, yes, social media do play a greater role with respect to taking care of these people. So we require domestic level and international kind of protection for to the people who are called climate refugees. So in order to take care of, especially the children or pregnant women or aged people, those are moving to another location, their interest to be taken care of. So for that, media, by preparing documentaries, short films, reporting in news channels, channel discussions, definitely will help in bringing these sorts of issues in the limelight. So thereby, we can take care of the interest of these people by reminding the policymakers that, yeah, we need to bring up some sorts of legal recognition to them. So thank you.
Thank you, Cincy. That was a really interesting presentation. I would like to next call upon Karthika C, Assistant Professor from the Department of Visual Media and Communication, Amrita School of Art and Sciences. She would be presenting her paper on the rape of justice, violence on women in India. Again, before Kritika starts her presentation, I would request all the paper presenters to please confirm their presence on the chat box. It would be really convenient for us to help you all with your presentation. Thank you. Kritika, if you're ready, please, you can start your presentation.
I'm sure. Good morning, all. Am I audible?
Hear you. Can you please turn your video on?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, we can see you. You can please.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, one and all. I'm Karthika C from Department of Visual Media and Communication of Amrita School of Arts and Science, Kochi. My paper title is Rape of Justice, Violence on Women in India. So let's start with the crime against women. So gender and violence, the terms themselves have complementary for ages. Violence against women has long been a problem from the time immemorial. According to the National Crime Records Bureau, there were 3,78,277 rape cases reported in the country, and the maximum number was in Uttar Pradesh. Of these, 9,433 victims were under 18 years. The rape incidence has increased by 9.2% since 2017. So this is some recent rape cases that shocked Indian consciousness, and I started writing paper seeing and reading the news related to these rape cases. That's death of Unnava woman or the gang rape and succumbed to death of Hyderabad, the veterinary doctor in Hyderabad, and Katwa girl rape cases. And in Perumbavoor in Kerala, there was a 29-year-old student was raped and murdered. And of course, the Nirbhaya case. So according to the data provided by NCRB, 10.3% of the cases are registered under IPC crime against women. The crime rate per lakh for women has increased to 58.8% in 2018, and from here, this paper analyzes the reasons for the rape and the public opinion on such incidents using psychological theories. So this is some review of literature. I'm not going to discuss the methodology. At first, a qualitative analysis of the rape news is done. The reasons for rape are identified from this analysis. Then a focus group discussion is held to understand the public reaction to such information. The reactions of respondents were also qualitatively analyzed then to understand the psychology of protests against such cases. Also, the researcher tried to incorporate the psychological factors of social identification and compassion to explain these opinions. There must be a strong link between people's perception in on their socio-cultural situation so as to make critical decisions. As natural resources, as most of us derive novel notions and constraints definitions from immediate knowledge. So the research as part of the study, 8 focus group discussions were held focus group had 5 members. The researcher asked them whether they accept such type of news are what is their opinion about best punishment for rape. The samples were selected using convenient and purposive sampling technique. Further analysis was done using qualitative methodology. So for results came like this. The reasons for rape are wide and varied, ranging from physical to psychological. It's a Herculean task to categorize them as persons involved come from different socio-economic and educational backgrounds. First one is legal loophole in country. Rape is a non-bailable offense, but lack of proper laws make it easy for assailants to get bail and even they walk free after trial. It was noted by a leading advocate Narayanan Pandala of Kerala High Court. Then the social aspect. The researchers and social activities argue that rape has both social aspect, not only psychological but social aspect too. Studies have pointed out this side society makes them suppress their dreams, opinions, and agonies. The NCRB data also revealed that the total rape cases reported is in country is 93.9 cases. Oh, okay. So the results are legal loophole, social aspect, gender inequality, sex considered as taboo. And then I try to analyze the psychology of reason, which means the examines rape as an exerting external control. Then biological theory explains rape in a biological perspective to satisfy the biological instincts. Then commodification theory, if sex is a commodity, then taking it without permission is looting. Society in which women are objectified. In this society, women are objectified and commoditized. Then developmental theory, prompted by development stages involving learning, genetic variation doesn't have much to do in this. Then rational choice theory, although rooted in the field of economics, it's applied in this field also. It's related to incentives and benefits acquired through any activities. Then social disorganization theory by Shan McKay argues that migration, family problems, etc. are also reasons for psychological reasons for the rape cases. Then from the public opinions, most of the respondents were demanding for capital punishments or give the maximum punishments for this crime accused in these cases. So after analyzing this focus group discussion, it is understood that they try to identify themselves with the social identification. They try to identify themselves with the victims, and they demand more and more punishments and stringent punishments for these criminals. Then compassion is also there. Compassion means if we feeling, and compassion is another factor that can be identified. It is because compassion promotes everyone to humane. So to conclude, it's that violence against women is surging in our country, even though when it is considered as it's brutal. There are multivarious views on these crimes. Here, there is social or economical or educational or area-wise difference, be it in rich or poor contexts, literate or illiterate contexts, open or closed society. This crime is increasing in the society. So the paper tried to analyze the legal, social, and psychological reasons of rape and public opinion towards these cases. Paper tried to explain rape from different perspectives. The paper makes theoretical and practical contribution to the least researcher subject of crime against women in the form of rape. The present study proposes to not only assimilate varied perception but also emissions on novel analysis and line of multidimensional description. I'm sure. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kartika, for bringing into discussion the idea through your paper. Our next presenter for the day would be Ms. Supriya M., who has co-authored her paper with Dr. Jagdish Prakash from the Department of Communication, Bangalore University. Her paper is titled A Study on the Role of Public Relations in Healthcare During the Pandemic. In the meanwhile, I request Shobin Matthew to be please ready with his paper because he would be the next presenter. Supriya, you're ready for presentation.
Very ready, ma'am. There is a mistake. I have sent a paper on a study understanding the potential of integrated marketing communication that has not been updated. So I will present it now on that.
Please
Thank you.
continue. I apologize for that error. You can please.
Thank you, ma'am. See, my paper is on study on understanding the potential of integrated marketing communication, which is IMC. This study actually provides a brief understanding about IMC, that is integrated marketing communication, and also its several effective tools to ensure the maximum positive results. IMC is a concept under which it carefully integrates and coordinates its many communication channels to deliver a clear and consistent message. With the help of the qualitative approach to the study, I have used the content analysis and also few interesting case studies with the best example that I could give on the integrated marketing communication to understand the potential of integrated marketing communication. To begin with my introduction, see, IMC is a concept under which company carefully integrates and coordinates its many communication channels to deliver a clear and consistent message. It aims to ensure the consistency of the message and also using the media. IMC's integration of all marketing tools, approaches, and resources within the company which maximize the impact on the consumers' minds, resulting in minimum profit at profit at minimum cost. To begin to tell few some of the ways where uh, IMC uses the tools interestingly are advertising, personal selling, direct marketing, mobile marketing, social media marketing, public relations, sales promotions, sponsorships, and also some of the interesting facts that there are also going to be things like giving scholarships through few companies, where it also helps to have a visibility and also making corporate social responsibility, which is one of the way now these days they are trying to have visibility of the company and also have gained the credibility and authenticity of the company. Right. So I have come up with interesting review of literature on IMC. Since I have very few minutes left, I would just go with a literature that I have collected, only the topics. The rethinking marketing communication from integrated marketing communication to relationship communication model, which they have used and made a very good research on it. And also IMC on new horizontal fall down for the marketplace is turmoil. And the third one, which I have also presented in this paper, is that integrated marketing communication, making it work at the strategical level. So my objective for this study is to understand the concept of IMC, also to examine the strategical communication techniques of IMC in crisis, also to understand the effective tools of IMC, and to examine the potential role of IMC in crisis management. My methodology for the study is that I have come up with a qualitative approach to the study using the content analysis and with a few interesting case studies with the best examples that I could give it to this. So the first case study that I am going to talk about is about the GoPro. This has actually come when we talk about IMC. This is the one of the best examples that comes to mind. This has GoPro has used the IMC component extensively and precisely. It has mastered the use of online content to catch the attention of its target audience. The company has a YouTube channel where it seeks a multitude of video shots with a high quality mini action cam, including exciting, unique, and also beautiful shot taken by the users, also by the company, to reach its target audience. They have hundreds and thousands of followers and likes on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and have
2 minutes to wrap up.
sorry, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Have used the platform to catch the attention of its fan base by posting shots, also having cameras which are interesting videos to take. Also to maximize the search engine optimizing, the GoPro has every day it has the contest where the audience can participate and win the exciting uh, uh, prizes also. So my next case study is about Domino's, where it has created a anywhere campaign in order to help people order food in more convenient way. It allows consumers to order pizza with the smart television, tweets, text, and smartphones. The idea was possible because 2 years ago, 2 years prior to anywhere campaign established by Pizza Profile, which saved consumers uh, payment information, addresses, and also easy order. This easy order is